Hey guys, welcome back to Tim on the Fly. I'm Tim, and this is my first trip out for 2025. Hopefully going to be the first fish. We'll have to see how that goes. So where we're at right now is on my last video of 2024. I kind of figured I'd do this neat little thing where I'd do right before the end of the year a quick last fish of 2024 and then turn around about 3 or 4 days later, right after New Year's, go out and catch the first fish of 2025. And well, that sort of thing never seems to work the way it should. Of course, we had the first of 3 nice big Arctic blasts right about that time, and here we are about 2 days before the end of February, and things are, as you can see in the background here, still pretty much frozen up, but there is some open water out there, so we're gonna get out there and see if we can't make that first fish happen today. It's about 60 degrees outside. Wind's blowing, so hopefully the ice will keep thawing off, and here pretty quick things will be open and it will be underway. But let's see what we can do. Okay, so almost instantly I found out that I was going to have to change plans. Right over there is where I was starting. That's where I was talking to you the last time. I was hoping to work my way around to where the water opens up over there, because it's a little deeper, and I thought maybe there'd be a little better chance of some fish holding kind of on the edge of that deeper water, but up where they could get a little warmth and maybe a little something going on. Turns out the water's up in the grass, so, and there's no way I could get there without getting wet. And air's 60 degrees, but the water is still in the mid-30s, so no getting wet today. So instead I swung up here to the top end of the lake. You can see there's still some ice over there, but I've got some open water here. It's not as deep, but a lot of times there's nice dark bottoms, so a lot of times that darker bottom is going to soak up a little more sunlight. Might be a few more degrees warmer here, and maybe that's what we're going to take to get some fish moving. So I'm going to put on a nymph, fish it really slowly along some of these edges, and got some rock here just right at my feet. Maybe we can get something to happen. Let's see what happens. Okay, so we're going to try this little nymph. It's a Kim's bluegill bug. There's a tying video for it on the channel if you want to go take a look at that at some point, especially if this turns out to work. But it's very slightly weighted, but it's not very deep in here, I just found out. So it's not going to take much weight to get it down where it needs to go, and hopefully there'll be some fish in there looking for an easy meal, and this will get the job done. I'm wanting a real slow retrieve, but at the same time I don't want to be tangled up in the rocks. That doesn't feel like a fish. Looks like I am. Yep, I am tangled up in somebody else's line. That's not good. Somebody evidently, instead of getting their line unsnagged, decided to just cut it. And so now there's a big tangle of line out there. It come loose off my hook before I could get far enough that I could grab it, but if I wind up snagged up in it again, I'll see if I can't get most of it out of there. It doesn't look real heavy. Okay, I'm hung up in that fishing line again. Let's see if we can't ease it up here to where I can get a hold of it. There we go. I'm going to put my rod down. See if we can't get this to come in. Now it looks like it's coming. It doesn't even feel like it's hooked up on any. Oh yeah, there it is. There, it's hooked up on something. Yep. Somebody's plastic worm. Looks like somebody was Ned rigging out here. Well, doesn't look like that long ago either. Pretty good hook. So I'm going to clip that line off. And maybe I'm going to clip that line off. There we go. Line's going to go in my pocket and get thrown away. Lure's going to go in my fly box and get given to somebody that uses them. Alright, so that didn't go so well. The spot that I thought would be good I couldn't get to, and the spot I could get to didn't turn out to be that good. I guess I caught a stray line with a pretty nifty new looking Ned rig on it that somebody will get some use out of. Other than that though, not a whole lot going on so far, but I've got a plan B. If it's not frozen over, maybe that's where we'll find our fish today. Okay, now this looks a little bit more like it. This one's completely clear of ice, quite a bit smaller body of water, maybe about, a tenth of the size of the one I was just at. Those of you that have spent some time watching my videos will recognize this. We're back at the housing development pond. But I think this might just be my best chance of catching the first fish of 2025. So let's get rigged up and give it a shot. Alright. So I've been fishing this for a while without much luck. Started out fishing, thinking crappie, because I've caught some good crappie in here before this time of year. And so I had a little micro clouser on, but that didn't seem to be doing much good. So I've been steadily downgrading to smaller and smaller nymphs, thinking maybe getting on some early bluegills that might be playing around. And we got to this spot here, and as I walked up to it, I saw some real itty bitties take off out of the shallows. So maybe there's something a little bigger holding out there in slightly deeper water. Or maybe this just isn't our day. Oh, but there we go. There we go. Turned out going to the smaller nymph was what we needed to do. That's bluegill. Not the bass or crappie I was hoping for first fish of 2025, but he will do, and you can see he is barely hooked. So they're not taken very aggressively at all. But we're going to get him back in there, and after a lot of working, 2 ponds, several hours, and quite a few fly changes later, maybe we finally hit the combination. Although to be honest with you, I'm happy just to have the skunk off, so one's almost enough. This means I'm going to have to fish my way back around the pond though with the littler fly just to see if I wasn't fishing past fish all this time. Oh, there's another one. Oh, looky there. That looks like that might be our little bass. Yep, sure enough. So we got the first bluegill and the first bass of 2025. He ain't much, but the year's young, so is he. Pretty little guy though. Look at the colors on him. Look at the colors on that fish. Alright, back in you go. Alright, found the spot. And there we go. I think they're getting smaller though. I'll take him though. Oh, he's down there. Forceps time. Yeah, I guess he's not that bad. Barbless hook, so he came out easy enough. Quick little guy. Get him back in the water. You know, I almost started this pond instead of the first one, but I thought, you know what, it'd be kind of cool to catch the first fish of 2025 somewhere else. This is where I've got my first fish the last several years in a row. I guess maybe it's just fate. Or maybe it's just the first piece of water around here to wake up. Get over here a little bit where we haven't spooked as many out. Oh, there we go. Looks like maybe another little bass. Yep, another little bass. I didn't bring the net today and so far haven't needed it. Gosh, they're pretty, aren't they? This water is trout stream clear, so even out there a ways I'm feeling like I can see what's going on pretty well. And what we're doing here is we're on the corner of the dam of the pond, and I'm on the shallow side of the corner, fishing out into the deeper part. And they seem to be hitting it right as I'm climbing up onto that shelf. Got another one here. For a minute it felt like it was bigger, but I think he was in the weeds when he took. Another bass. Little guys, but still a bunch of fun. Water's nice and clear, so it's kind of fun to watch them swim off. I think, so it's starting to slow down, so I think I'm going to make a couple more casts. And then I'm going to go over there where that stump's at and kind of fish this same pocket from the other direction. And see how that does. Alright, well, fished my way around the rest of the pond, and it turned out that that was the spot they were. Even with the nymph, I didn't really scare up too much else, but, you know, it's a good day. Took 2 spots, a couple hours, a few fly changes, but we did finally get into them, did find the first few fish of the year. So the skunk is off, and we're ready for the rest of the season. Tight lines, see y'all in the next one.